We are in a crypto winter. This is the fifth major drawdown of Bitcoin in the 5 years since I've been in the marketplace. This is a much milder winter than previous winters. It'll be shorter than previous winters. It's going to be followed by a spring and then a glorious summer. So don't fear.
Why do you feel so confident saying that?
The banking sector is supporting Bitcoin much more strongly today than we were 4 years ago. We've got the formation of digital credit networks, banking credit networks. We've got the support of the administration. We've got a Bitcoin president. We've got 12 cabinet members that are pro-digital assets and pro-innovation. And every single month, you see new advances in the digital asset space, which are bringing extraordinary productivity to the economy and a lot of capital to the asset class.
You got to win the midterms, because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached.
Other alternatives will now be used to replace the ones that the court incorrectly rejected. We have alternatives, great alternatives. Could be more money. We'll take in more money, and we'll be a lot stronger for it. We're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. We'll continue to do so. To show you how ridiculous the opinion is, however, the court said that I'm not allowed to charge even $1. I can't charge $1. Can't charge $1. I would have used 1 penny, but we don't make the pennies anymore. We save money. Can't charge $1 to any country under IEPA. Not $1. I assume to protect other countries. This must have been done to protect those other countries, certainly not the United States of America.
You got to win the midterms, because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached. We don't impeach them. You know why? Because they're meaner than we are. We should have impeached Joe Biden for 100 different things.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. And I come back with that video just to make you think. And make sure you go join the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. Also, go like and follow the TikTok. More videos to come. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It's free. And spread it everywhere, because we know the information that comes from this channel wakes the sheep. Now, we had Michael Saylor a couple of days ago admit crypto is definitely in a winter. And when are we going to come out of this winter? What do we do? That's right, we follow the Fed. And right now they're signaling we're just going to keep pumping and dumping. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And we had the Trump tariffs. The Supreme Court comes out and strikes it down. And we have Trump coming back with a 10% global tariff. And that's not going to be on all the countries, but it will be on most. But it still doesn't explain what's going to happen with that $175 billion that's already been brought in. Now, he said hundreds and hundreds of billions. But of course, when we look at articles, they're only saying 175 billion. We're going to get our popcorn, sit back, and let it play out, because we know they're going to ride this event for a while. And don't forget, we have midterms and the Hegelian dialectic. Now they have so many avenues next year. It's going to be out of this world. And Trump has already admitted, if the Democrats take over, he's going to get impeached. And we have the drums beating everywhere. And now in the mainstream media, the topic is Iran. And we clearly have a lot of military buildup in the area. So we know what's about to happen. But the key is, with all these other countries, they never struck back. And we know for a fact that Iran, China, and Russia have the ability to strike back. And remember, this is a plan that moves in phases. The drums beating this time are going to be cyber, no longer physical. Cutting your lights off, cutting your water off. We are going to be in a real life movie. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And we have Japan again investing in the United States. And Japan was forced to buy a lot of the United States debt. And now that these data centers are about to get ramped up for this fourth industrial revolution, they get to reap the benefits. Don't forget, Japan leaders were brought to San Francisco to plan out this fourth industrial revolution. And we can clearly see the machines have taken over their economy the same way it's going to take over this one. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have Chris Christie, another NWO chess piece, speaking about the prediction markets. Playing the Hegelian dialectic, because now we have the betting industry versus prediction markets. And prediction markets are saying, no, it's not gambling, it's a derivative, which we know is clearly betting. But this is the avenue where they'll be able to tokenize it and put it on blockchain. Remember the goal. Same way you keep hearing about no taxes on tips with Trump. He knows the machines are about to take over. No more property tax. They know a lot of people are going to be losing their homes because they don't have a job. As long as you understand the fourth industrial revolution, you can clearly see the plan. And the CFTC clearly knows that the prediction market is gambling because 90% of their revenue is coming from sports betting. But the alphabet boys are there to push the agenda of the NWO. And of course, guys, that's the digital economy where the machines take the place of the people. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
If Iran refuses that kind of goal, as they have promised they will continue to refuse, then do we really think a military strike can be the end of it and can be effective in a way that changes the situation to our benefit? I'm less clear on that. This is a risky proposition. And just because in recent times Iran hasn't been able to swing back or hit back that hard after American and Israeli strikes of the last couple of years doesn't mean they'll keep doing the same thing. So I'm not opposed to this policy, but I would put up a big warning flag that we may not know the consequences if we strike again. First, just to clarify, as you well know, we don't think they have any nuclear weapons, and we don't think they ever have had nuclear weapons. It's the material, it's the highly enriched uranium that would be the core, as well as the centrifuges, and then maybe some research and testing capability to look at things like the high explosive in a nuclear weapon that you would need to perfect before having a reliable bomb. In terms of oil, I think the big question is, would Iran start trying to shut down the Strait of Hormuz? And a lot of people have said, well, why would they do that when it takes money out of their own pocket? But at a certain point, if Iran is facing enough punishment, they may decide that they should play that card. And especially if it's a card they can play and then stop playing. In other words, try to get us to promise not to commit future attacks or to establish a form of deterrence against the future attack. They can start using mines, sinking the occasional ship, just causing mayhem in the region. Right. We might retaliate, but it's not clear we can really stop them from interfering with the oil trade, given the geography. And then Iran could agree that once we back off our military strikes, they'll back off the attacks in the Strait of Hormuz. That's one big option they have. Another big option is traditional truck bombing and car bombing and assassination kind of targeting that they've done historically and could escalate again here in the future. So I don't necessarily think they will be content just to fire a bunch of drones back at Israel and Jordan and American military bases. They may escalate in an asymmetric way.
Japan is investing $36 billion into U.S. oil, gas, and minerals. It's part of a larger $550 billion trade deal. Former Energy Secretary Rick Perry joins me now. Mr. Secretary, does Texas get most of that money? And if so, why?
Well, Ohio's going to get a big chunk of it. They're building a natural gas generation facility up at Portsmouth, Ohio. So that's, I think, some 9 gigawatts of power. So we obviously are short of power in the United States. That's the reason that you're seeing a lot of investments in power like Fermi America up in Amarillo that I'm involved with for the data center world.
I'm confused that a Republican administration believes in greater federal regulation greater federal oversight and overreach when the states are already doing a great job at what's happening. You have 40 states that have legalized gaming across the country. They set up their own regulatory schemes, their own taxing schemes, their own schemes to protect consumers and the integrity of the game, and it's working across the entire country. Now, all of a sudden, the CFTC wants to come in and become the National Gaming Board.
We're going to have tremendous workforce availability. We're also going to have robots helping us. We're going to have a lot of robots helping us because we need it. And because we're going to town, we're building a lot between the AI and the auto plants. So we're going to need robots. We're going to have robots, but that's going to help us.
Robots hold steady hands in the operating room, and drones are redefining the future of war. Innovations of first-generation humanoids, factory automation, and autonomous vehicles have surged from private sector investment. Every one of these advancements is powered by AI. The robots are here. Our future is no longer science fiction.
Maybe crypto is actually built for the machines and we didn't even know it. And AI can easily handle private keys and easily understands transaction hashes and like how all this stuff works. It is money that is built for computers, even before the computers to intelligently handle it were built. So I find that interesting. And perhaps those of us who were involved in crypto pre-AI, we're kind of just like getting the ground ready for the AI systems to have a fully developed financial system handed to them, for better or worse.
This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself. Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology.
And as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stable coins to do that.
I think stable coins could reinforce dollar supremacy, because with stable coins could end up being one of the largest buyers of U.S. treasuries or T-bills. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, if you are using a stable coin in Nigeria that's backed by the U.S. dollar, you don't actually have to have dollars. It's on your phone. You can transact.
We are going big on digital assets. So Trump administration has made digital assets a priority. I've seen estimates that just over the short term, stable coins could create $2 trillion of demand for U.S. treasuries and treasury bills. To put that in context, the number is probably about $300 billion right now.
We will take a close look at regulatory impediments to blockchain, stable coins, and new payment systems.
The Department of Commerce is going to start issuing its statistics on the blockchain, because you are the crypto president, and we are going to put out GDP on the blockchain so people can use the blockchain for data distribution, and then we're going to make that available to the entire government so all of you can do it. We're just ironing out all the details so we can do it.
Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to reduce the cost of virtually all goods and services. It'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. But with today's announcement, we take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age. Instead of filling out the same tedious paperwork at every medical appointment, patients will simply be able to grant their doctors access to their records at the push of a button. Just a button and you're all set, and all the information the doctor needs will be immediately transmitted.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
If we could tokenize all our ETFs, all $5.3 trillion of our ETFs, and provide that in a digital wallet, you could seamlessly, without fees, going from a digital currency or a stable coin or whatever that may be in your digital wallet and buy bond or stocks. And I believe that is going to be the future.
I believe we're going to be in the cutting edge of tokenizing bonds and stocks.
Coming.
And we have the technology now. The fact that we are now moving forward in tokenization, every bond and stock, is crazy. Yeah. We should be moving towards that frontier. Obviously, there's winners and losers and all that, but we need to be prepared for the tokenization. And it would democratize more finance if we tokenized bonds and stocks.
Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.